10 bunkers, really personified by the church pews, the hard and slick greens that slope away from the player and the tight fairways. This golf course always requires the utmost precision.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This would give him the double. Finally in for a double bogey. Well, this is a good U.S. Open par 4 at 499 yards. The 15th is one of the better holes in the course, Frank.
It is. The shape of the tee shot you think would suit a cut, but because the fairway slopes quite severely to the right, really it needs a draw just to work its way against that slope and somehow keep it on the straight and narrow. I'm loving that balance.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. It's a big shot right here. Second to the 15th hole. Good swing, good shot yet again. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
This is an awkward length.
That's a step in the right direction. Makes the putt and makes the move to 3 over. Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. The par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favor something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
Frank, the beauty of golf, you never know when you're going to find that spark and begin to turn it around.
Yeah, well, that's why you can't just quit on the middle of the round. You've got to believe that something good is just...
Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. We are coming down to the wire here at the U.S. Open Championship at fabled Oakmont, and the tension's starting to build. And Frank, this is decision time at this very short 313-yard par 4.
And normally in a U.S. Open, Rich, you'd think the prudent play would be lay it up. But, you know, I kind of like driver here today. I think the worst you're going to do is just miss the green or hit it in one of those pop bunkers. You perhaps could drive it on the green, be putting for eagle. But even out of one of those bunkers, you got to think you're even money to get it up and down. I like driver here.
And it makes the green in regulation. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Frank's starting to make the move.
Leaderboard very volatile at the moment, so a lot of move in that middle piece of the leaderboard. Top 20 so far. When he goes after it like he is here.
Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. So that wraps up another round here at historic Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania, and it has lived up to its reputation as one of the most demanding in the game. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. Even par, currently.
In for par. U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, you've played in so many of them, are supposed to be demanding and tough. This is what a U.S. Open's all about. A par 3 and nearly 300 yards. That's the 8th at Oakmont.
It's not just the length, too, but this is a typical Oakmont green, which means it's not easy. There is an option, though, if you can't reach this green, or at least fly it on, you might get a lucky bounce to kick forward. You'll see a lot of people chipping from around the front edge of this green, and there's no shame in that.
Oh, I thought he had that. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par. Really solid stroke.
And now to the 9th, and in case a player has forgotten somehow that he's at a U.S. Open, the 9th will remind him very quickly that this is the national championship. This is demanding. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. Getting set now over the putt. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Heading out to the action now. We pick up with our featured golfer at hole number 10.
It's been a bit of a rough ride here, Rich, but right now is the time where you can turn things around. There's a little bit of time ahead, and we know this player has plenty of good left in the bag.
Oh, my goodness. He pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. He was fooled a little bit on that one, Frank. Just a couple of feet. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
That is another bogey. It's getting messy, Frank.
Ouch.
Well, that about wraps it up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Really enjoyed it, Frank.
Yeah, it's been a good day out here. Once again, we've seen the golf course give more than it takes.
For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the United States Open Championship. Just burning rubber right here. I mean, this one is taking off like a missile.
Just destroyed it. He's going to try and rip the cover off it.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Frank, what do you see here on this approach shot at number 1?
There's a little bit of doubt because of the semi-blindness down the hill. If you can just pick up on the top of the flagstick, what really has to be taken into consideration is that little run-in area towards the front of the green. It goes down towards the green, and just before it gets it, it goes up again. So that means if you play your second shot a little too far short, chances are it will not make the green. Once you get on the first 5 or 6 yards of this green, then it all tends to slope towards the back of the green. It's a tough second shot to get right. And a great start.
On the tee, ready to go. drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
Well, that takes the strain off the next one.
Good lag putt right there. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Frank, this hole, the third at 428 yards, has been a part of the U.S. Open story for a long time, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's just a great par 4. It's a typical U.S. Open par 4 that challenges in between the ears as well as the swing and the execution itself. The second shot, slightly uphill. You really got to break this green into 2 sections. That ridge in the middle, anything past that, everything funnels off and towards the back of this green. Anything short of that, well, it actually goes towards the front side. So very difficult from tee all the way through to the green.
And Frank, obviously, way too much club there.
You've got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Clean this up with a tap.
That's a good par there, Rich.
Now to the par 5 fourth. It is 609 yards. Frank, this has been pivotal in past U.S. Opens.
Yeah, it certainly has. A good drive here, there's a chance to go for the par 5 and 2. A bad drive here, finding the church pews or the bunkers on the right. More often than not, you're pitching out sideways. Totally different proposition.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. 8-foot putt here. Frank, that's the biggest roar I've heard all week long. That was an eagle roar.
For good reason. Not just an eagle, too. All of a sudden, back in contention.
Well, the good short par 4 has become standard at most modern U.S. Opens. Here's an example, Frank, 382-yard fifth.
Yeah, this is where you have to play the percentages. If you're going to play a hole 4 times, if I put myself in the fairway 4 times with a long iron, will I play the hole under par? That's the strategy here.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson. Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live final round coverage of the 115th U.S. Open Championship. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach,
Giving him another good look. Par yesterday. Now for birdie.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied.
Par 4 11th is 379 yards as we continue backside here at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum, hopefully keeping it out of that right rough. And the reason why that right rough is certainly to be avoided is that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Settles in over the putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So they'll tap in. And he makes it for par. We are at the par 5 12th here at Oakmont. This is a big par 5 at 667 yards.
I'm loving that balance.
Nice drive right in the fairway and a good swing on that one.
now the second shot to the par 5.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round.
Now putt for par.
Could use this one. This is for par. Oh, I thought he had that. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. So a tester from 4 feet. He was fooled a little bit on that one, Frank. Just a painful double bogey right there. 2 shots dropped, and there goes the lead.
Also, the breathing space, too.
Good-looking shot right here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. The reason Oakmont has hosted so many U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, is it has a really good blend of holes, and now we come to a short par 4 at 358 yards, the 14th.
You can see the predicament in front of you, bunkers left and right, but really the bonus here is if you can get the ball on the fairway with just something like a long on off the tee, this is one of your best scoring opportunities at Oakmont.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
And with that birdie, he moves into first place.
And look at the look in the eyes now.
Well, this is a good U.S. Open par 4 at 499 yards. The 15th is one of the better holes in the course, Frank.
It is. The shape of the tee shot you think would suit a cut, but because the fairway slopes quite severely to the right, really it needs a draw just to work its way against that slope and somehow keep it on the straight and narrow.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you and mocking you and laughing at you.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. Just 5 feet left.
really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
You're coming down to the wire here at the U.S. Open Championship at fabled Oakmont, and the tension's starting to build. And Frank, this is decision time at this very short 313-yard par 4.
Yeah, normally in a U.S. Open, Rich, you'd think the prudent play would be laid up, but, I kind of like driver here today. I think the worst you're going to do is just miss the green or hit it one of those pop bunkers. You perhaps could drive it on the green, be putting for eagle, but even out of one of those bunkers, you got to think you're even money to get it up and down. I like driver here.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options, and you don't have to hit the ball first.
What a tremendous display of golf this has been.
Certainly throwing an eagle against the field, too. We've seen it all. Birdies, eagles, just blitzing the field from start to finish.
Here we are at the 18th at Oakmont. Clubhouse straight ahead. Frank, I distinctly remember the 2007 U.S. Open Championship of the final round, and Angel Cabrera, the big Argentinian, with the pressure bearing down, stepped up and absolutely piped a tee shot right down the throat. And I know to this day he thinks it's one of the great shots he's ever hit.
Yeah, I get the odds. Golf ball is 1.68 inches in diameter. Fairway's 30 yards wide. Ball should fit easily, right? But when you look at it off the back of this tee with bunkers left and right, it does not look like it's that easy, that's for sure.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
They don't come much bigger than this right here to win the U.S. Open. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament.
And there it is, a U.S. Open victory.